Carla, welcome. Let's talk about Sunday, the result at Brighton. What a roller coaster of a game that was.
Yes, I think I got a few more grey hairs, I got a few more wrinkles, stressed out my head, lost my voice, but yeah, delighted. I didn't mind all of that at the end of the game, to be honest.
Conceding the equaliser in the 90th minute, I mean, that was obviously a hammer blow, but what character to recover from that and then to see it through on penalties?
Yeah, I think the message when they came in was clear of sort of go and search within yourselves of how much more you've got and how much more you can give. And to be fair to them, they did. You know, they got a second wind in that extra time, and you know they went outside their comfort zones, which is what we want. And they were exceptional, honestly. From minute 1 to minute 120, on and off the ball, I thought they were exceptional.
When it does come down to a penalty shootout in such a big game, what's the advice? What do you try to impart to the players?
Well, penalties is something we do quite a lot in training. Fun games, you know, we always finish with each team playing against each other in a penalty shootout, so it's something that we've done quite a lot of. So I was fairly confident going into it, although I didn't watch it, I must admit, I didn't watch any of the penalties. But we don't say much other than we win together, we lose together. If anybody misses, we all miss. So we try to take the pressure off them and pick your spot and bury it.
It must have been a great feeling, you know, when the winning penalty went in, plus afterwards. I think we just spoken to the press and you said the players sort of walked onto the coach like they were 95. I mean, they'd put that much in, as you mentioned.
Yeah, honestly, when I was on the coach, and I actually laughed at one player in particular who was struggling to get up the stairs on the coach. And I said, "Are you all right?" And she said, "Oh my God, I can't move."
Come on, name names.
Bex Holloway. She won't mind me saying it. But she put a shift in. They all did. They all put an absolute shift in. So I touched base with a few of them yesterday just to sort of see how they are. But there was a few heavy legs. But they were in good spirits this morning. That's the most important thing. And yeah, listen, they when we say leave everything out there, they did and more. So yeah, very pleased.
Quarter-final on Sunday, semi-final on Wednesday. A quick turnaround to say the least. Is that a good thing in terms of you've got that momentum, the adrenaline's still pumping?
No.
Or is it a bad thing?
Bad thing. Who in the right mind puts a semi-final 3 days later? It just doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is. We have to deal with it and get on with it. In an ideal world, yeah, we probably need a couple more days recovery. But we'll have to try and use it as momentum and go again. But yeah, we just got to look forward to it now, and hopefully the adrenaline will take over.
Everton surprised Chelsea in many people's eyes. Do you feel underdogs in going into this semi-final?
Definitely, yeah. We know we're the underdogs. I mean, Everton have been superb this early part of the season, and I've said it all along. I can see Everton finishing in the top 4. I can see them knocking on the door, and that result on Sunday, I think, is testament to the work that they've done and the work they're doing. So I can see them really being up there this year. So we know it's going to be tough tomorrow night. They've got quality from back to front. They've got quality on the bench. They've got strength and depth. So listen, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a different challenge to Chelsea, but both would have been tough. So we're expecting a not an easy night.
Yeah. What kind of tie are you expecting exactly, and what have you got to do to get the result?
We've got to focus on us because, listen, we know on paper we're the second best team on paper tomorrow night, but we've got to make sure that the things we can control we get right, and if we do, then we can certainly cause some problems, and hopefully, you never know in a cup tie, anything can happen, and we've got to hope that a little bit of luck falls our way, and we can be at our best, and then see what happens.
Now you will be without your penalty hero Georgia Broham, who obviously is on loan from Everton. How do you have to readjust to that?
Look, Georgia's been exceptional in these last few weeks. She really has, and she was colossal at the weekend. She's going to be a massive loss for us, but even just her personality in and around, the way she drives people through, she's going to be a huge loss. But we've got a couple of options that, to move a couple of things around, so that's what we'll have to do. But again, it's we can't worry about it, we can't moan about it. We've just got to get on with it, and anyone that steps in, I'm sure will give us 100%.
If we just talk about a couple of other players as well, you've got Abby Grant back now. How important can she be in that sort of final third for you, giving you something a little bit different?
Yeah, definitely. You know, Abby came back in. That's the first time she's kicked a ball since February. So to get her 60 minutes in the legs was good. But she's going to be vitally important, and this is what I keep saying to her. We've got to get her back fit and quick. You know, it's going to take a little bit of time, but certainly she'll offer us a different dimension.
I know a player that you mentioned earlier to the press, Sarah Mayling, who is very underrated, isn't she? But she does a fantastic job wherever she's selected to play. I
think I could play Sarah Mayling anywhere in the 11 and she'd do a job. She's a very, very, very intelligent footballer. And you know, we've against Manchester United she was superb, and then at the weekend again she was superb. And for me, she's you know, one of the first names on the team sheet. That's the reality, because she gives you so much. And we were watching her in training this morning, and I said to Reevesy, just look at her, like how focused she is. Even in a 2-yard passing drill in a warm-up where the girls are, everything she does, she's switched on and she's focused.
It's a new group. You're the new head coach. You're sort of still growing and finding out about one another, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes. Definitely. We've done a little bit of a task over the weekend while we were away, to see what people really think of each other. So that was good, and helps. But no, yeah, like you alluded to, believe it or not, I've been here 5 weeks, and I know I joke with you all the time, but I'm losing hair like you are. But it's I feel like I've been here a lot longer than that. But it's progress, and we keep kicking on and we keep building, and essentially it's, you know, I'm going to be judged at the end of the season, not now. So it's all very good that, you know, it's great now, but we've got to get points and we've got to get wins, and we've got to make sure at the end of the season I'm still in a job in the WSL.
In your previous job, you were of course knocked out of this competition by Birmingham City. It's a bit of an oddity, isn't it?
Yeah, that day was awful. Now, we probably went into that game a little bit complacent, but Birmingham were exceptional on the day and deserved it. So, yeah, it's quite funny because someone reminded me of that only last week, and I thought, oh yeah, actually that's true. But I've got a second pop at it now, so I've got to try and make the most of it.
And there's been a change on the coaching staff. You mentioned a little bit earlier. Alan Reeves has been brought in. What can Alan bring to the mix? So
everybody knows from my Sheffield days, I like to attack. So, and we have attacked a lot for Birmingham in the last 3 games, even though we needed to defend more. He is an out-and-out centre-half who focuses on the defensive side of things and out of possession. So, you know, it works. We bounce good ideas off each other. I like to get forward. I want players to go and express themselves in the final third. He wants to shut up shop. So it should work in theory. And it's certainly, you know, I remember we sat here at St Andrews on the first day I was in, and I said I'm going to have to change my mindset because I want to go out and attack all the time. But I haven't changed my mindset. I still want to attack because naturally we need to score goals. But am I right in thinking we've scored more goals than you did in the whole of last season already? Yeah. So we do want to score goals, and we want to at least be exciting. So we don't want to be a team that just sit back and get beat every week. If we're going to get beat, we get beat trying. So he will allow us to shut up shop, and some of the defensive work he's done in literally the last week has been exceptional.
And just finally back onto Wednesday, the semi-final. How much of an achievement would it be to get to Wembley for yourself and for the girls?
Huge, huge. I think the girls deserve it. You know, they've stuck with the club through a really rocky patch in the summer. So for them, more than anything, it would be an unbelievable achievement. And listen, nobody thinks we can do it, and I think that's what would make it even more special. But it would be a dream come true, I think, not just for me, but for all the players as well, and I'm sure for the board at this football club.
Carla, thank you very much for your time, and the very best of luck in the semi-final.
Thank you. Thanks.